Hey guys, welcome back to Sabers Forever. I'm John, and today we're going to be going over the A-180 again because enough has changed and there's a lot of announcements and you should know all of them because it's all very good news. So without further ado, why don't we just jump right in and I'll show you exactly what's going on. Alright, so this is the A-180. I've definitely done this video twice before, but this has enough changes now that it warrants me doing another video. I believe the last time I did the video there were 3 fonts and now there are 9. So it's been a minute since I've actually done a video for this or the fonts in general. And I'm definitely going to go over all the fonts in this video so that you guys can see all the modes. And so this will definitely be a little bit of a lengthier video. The components to go over this quickly is there's a Profi V2.2, an 18500, 28mm bass speaker, high amp kill switch tied to the safety, 12 neopixels on the barrel, 1 in the muzzle, and there's a sliding switch for aux that is tied to the hammer, which is spring-loaded, so that hits the hammer back here. Where this just moves forward and hits. So this is fully loaded, and I really, honestly, I've been doing this, I think, for 2 years, and over those 2 years, I've just modeled enough parts that I'm going to be able to do this for a cheaper amount because a lot of it can be 3D printed now, where I was doing a lot of machining before, where, like, this is the barrel that used to come as the Luger, and I would attach neopixels to the outside of this. Now I have that 3D printed. You can see here, basically the same, basically the same thing, just through holes for wire, and it holds all my neopixel accents and such. So the process has been streamlined. I'm not doing it all by hand anymore, and I'm going to show off the interior, but let's go over the sound fonts first, because that's really the most interesting thing, and people want to see that. So we'll go over that now.
He's no good to me dead.
Hunter, Echo, Tech, Wrecker, and Crosshair. You'll climb Force 99.
All right, and to quickly just go over the controls, basic functionality is you would turn the blaster on by giving it power with the safety. You get the boot up sound, then your trigger will fire, and you will be in mode 1, which is always a stun or a triple burst. So the A-180 is a stun. This gives you a reason to cycle your blaster so you can go to the next mode, so you kind of get to do a little action before you would want to go to fire. So this is your auxiliary, so when you pull this all the way back, the button is depressed. So we are in mode 2. I know this because I just counted. There's 3 modes, so mode 2 is regular fire, and then mode 3, you can hold the trigger and it's a full auto fire mode. The auxiliary can be held for 1 second to actually do a reload noise, and I've utilized this also as a power-up noise for some other blasters like the DL44, but this kind of, since it's Jin Urso, I gave it kind of a data disk reading cycle programming like noise. If we were to go to a different font, which in order to do that, you would hold the auxiliary for 1 second and release. Now, this is known as a short press and not a tap or a long hold. The short press has to be done before the reload actually it cycles to the reload. So that was a tap, so that was just a mode change. Now that is the font for DL44, that's the font wave file, and now we are in DL44. This is the first stun mode, which is heavy fire for DL44. Standard fire is regular blast, and then full auto, which is actually an E11 full auto fire, and the reload is a power-up sound. You can access music by double tapping. And so that I don't get copyright striked, I'm going to stop it there, which you would do by double tapping the auxiliary again. So those are all of the functions. Each font has its own boot up and font title. So this is DL44, and then if I were to go to a different font, this is NN14, but then boot up. So the gun will boot up differently depending on, that's a mode change for NN14, depending on the font that you left it on.
He doesn't seem to take a hint, this guy.
Westar 34.
All right, men, load your weapons.
E11.
GLT 19.
DLT 19. EE3.
I don't believe it. That's Clone Force 99.
Clone Force 99. Mode change.
Mouth Blaster.
Mouth blaster.
This is a rebellion, isn't it?
And then back to A-180. So I also forgot to mention this does have external charging. There's a 2.1 millimeter recharge port on the bottom of the handle, where this is sent with a 2.1 millimeter charging cable, and this brick has an LED on it that turns red when it's charging and green when it's fully charged. So, and it's a smart charger, so it won't overcharge your battery. So basically, you never need to open this blaster ever once you get it, unless you're gonna like add fonts or do anything to the programming. That's the only reason you'd want to get inside of this. So in order to do that, you would unscrew this screw, and you'll see inside is the Profi board, the 28 millimeter bass speaker, 18500 recharge port right down here. You can see the kill switch right there. And then that's the whole thing. So this is just taped in here because it doesn't need to withstand, like this is never going to be used like a lightsaber. At least I hope people aren't running around pistol whipping people, but please don't do that. These are metal. You could kill somebody. And you could break your blaster at the same time. So don't do that. But if you wanted to get access to this, you can. If you had a 90-degree USB, you can access that real easy. The USB pulls out, or you can untape this from the body. And this is not secured to the soundboard. There's like a reverse strip underneath so that it's not adhesive against the soundboard, but it keeps it in place. So that's how you would access that. And then put that back on. This goes in like this. And I'll just show you the other side. Now this one is the last one with that I'm going to be doing with a metal barrel on the inside. These are very time. They take up a ton of time the way I've been doing it, and that's why they've been so expensive. So with adding the 3D printed parts, there's going to be a price reduction on these of $400. So they used to be $1,350. Now they're going to be $950 for the whole thing, just because I can save that much time. And I don't need to charge that much overhead for all the machinery that I have to use. So, that being said, I'm happy to announce that if you check on the website, these are going to have a reduced price. And if it's not there right away, it will be, but it should be by the time you check it. So this one will be on the ready to ship section. It'll have the original pricing because it's all metal still. So if that's something that attracts you, I mean, it's going to be a little bit heavier just because the barrel is aluminum. And yeah, that's really it, honestly. But I don't think you're going to notice too much of a difference. The other thing is, so I've already installed one of these, and the other thing that I want to mention is that I'm going to be offering different finishes on these. So this one is weathered and painted. You can get them clean to reduce the price even more if you like. And this is... I'm also going to be pairing up with Starlight Sabers, who is phenomenal at painting just anything, really. And this is his personal one, but this is going to be one of the options that I'm going to offer on my website, where if you wanted, I'll send this over to Sebastian, and he will paint this up for you. And we're naming it, I'm looking for it right now. We're going to call this the Spice Lord finish. So it's definitely a little bit upscale, something that's like almost cringy, but I really love it. In person, it's amazing. This has a high polish and then a clear gold and then black accenting and a pearl grip section. So it's not real pearl, it's obviously just spray painted pearl with light weathering over the whole thing. He did an absolutely phenomenal job. And then in case this wasn't enough for you, we're pairing this finish with a Spice Lord sound font. So just real quick, you've heard the original A-180 sound font, but regular blast. This one's a little bit snappier, so it sounds like it's performing at a higher quality, just as you would imagine somebody with a gun like this might want it to perform better, right? So it's definitely quicker, more snappy, has a higher rate of fire, and it cools down after the full auto, and still has stun. This is a font that was prepared by Kyberphonic, specifically for Starlight Sabers, and we're going to be offering it with his service for this blaster finish specifically. So if that's something that interests you, you know, I think that's a pretty sweet setup. So he's going to be doing a few other samples for me, which are not ready yet, but they're going to include heat bluing on the end, and then maybe even like a different paint pattern across the whole thing. We'll see. But we can have fun with these and really do some unique looking blasters. So if that's something that interests you, again, those options are going to be available on my website. And if you want to do something custom, you know, definitely reach out to either myself or Sebastian, and we'll help you, you know, let you know what's available. So that being said, you got to know there's going to be a price reduction. There's now new features to get with this where you can get different paint jobs. And yeah, I guess that you got to see all the new fonts. So that basically does it for this video. So why don't we just wrap it up here? And yeah. All right, well, that was really eventful. I'm really happy to have been able to announce the paint jobs available for the A-180s on my website. Starlight Saber does an absolutely phenomenal job, and I'm really glad that the two of us are going to be working together to do stuff. And again, if you're looking for something different that's not available on the website, just reach out to one of us and we'll be happy to help. This one will be available in the ready to ship. It's all done and ready to go, comes with a charger and everything, so that's on the website as well. More incentive to check out what's going on. If you're looking for this, it's available on my website at www.sabersforever.com. And if you don't see a paint option available that you're looking for, please reach out to john@sabersforever.com. I'd be happy to answer any inquiries that you have. And yeah, really happy with how these turned out, and I'm glad that I'm also able to offer them at a discounted rate, because honestly, yeah, they were a little expensive. It was just so much work, and I'm really glad that I've been able to come up with a method to speed things along and bring it to you at a better cost. So looking forward to the new year, and I hope you guys are too. So with that being said, I guess I'll see you guys in the next video. May the force be with you.